It's like a dog with a bone there. Scott Williams just would not let go.
Absolutely right. Every time that Nico Springer found himself in a really nice position after a strong scoring leg, it felt like a Scott Williams maximum was imminent every time. He had 9 of them, Springer had 7. The maximum hitting was brilliant, but Springer's going to be thinking over Christmas what could have been, because if he'd taken out that 4th set, and he had chances to do so, it may have been very, very different in set 5. But you've got to give Williams credit. That is a really good performance, especially considering how much pressure's on him in this section of the draw, being a semi-finalist less than a year ago.
So Rob Cross, his practice partner from up in Lincolnshire, will be his next opponent. Rob Cross, 5th seed here at these championships. Let's hear from the Canadian Matt Campbell, who got through earlier this evening, beating Mensur Suljovic here on the stage at Ali Pali by 3 sets to 2. And I caught up with Campbell after his win.
Yeah, there was some highs, some lows. I mean, the way we both could normally play, I think there was a low for the both of us, but thankfully it happened when I had to play.
What was the turning point for you? I mean, Mensur thought he had the turning point with that 137 checkout.
Sorry?
Yeah, I mean, the 137 was nice, but I was still on like 604, so it didn't really make a difference. But I mean, I think the turning point was me winning the last leg, because Mensur could come back from anything, as you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got bags of experience, but you know that stage well too. I think this is your 6th Ali Pali World Championship, and you're through to face Ryan Searle in round 2. After, I mean, the year you've had was really interesting, because you had a rotten start to the year, weren't enjoying it much. So how do you keep yourself motivated in those early weeks of the year when just things aren't happening for you?
I mean, it was tough, but I knew that I still had a tour card for next year. Like, if I just did little bits, I still had my tour card.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of trying to battle through the hard times, because you can't get to the top if you don't have a hard time. So that was kind of the push for the mindset. And like my wife and kids, they always support what I'm doing. So kind of try to make it not a waste coming over.
It's lovely to see that you got support out there as well, because Jim Long stayed behind to give you some support. You can patch it, and Keegan Brown was out there as well, I noticed.
Yeah, Keegan's on my guest list, and obviously Jim's a good buddy. We're doubles partners at home, so it was great to see them all there and supporting.
So Matt Campbell is through, and he'll be back on Sunday to take on Ryan Searle. Heavy Metal will be his next opponent in round 2. And we've got a round 2 clash coming up last of all tonight here on talkSPORT 2. I'm Ian Danter, Paul Nicholson alongside me, and it is the winner from 2 years ago, Michael Smith, who's had a very interesting 2 years since his triumph over Michael van Gerwen in that famous final with the 9-dart leg. But since winning it, there's that sense that, having completed it, mate, Michael Smith seems to have lacked the motivation to maintain the levels that he created for himself.
Do you know what? I think there might be a lot of people listening and saying, is that inaccurate in saying that? But he's actually admitted that. During the Premier League of last year, he went to Vegas mid-campaign just for a break. He was only 6 weeks into it. And you think, well, what's going on here? There have been behaviours from Michael Smith as if to say, now that he's a Grand Slam champion and a world champion, he hasn't been a world number 1. That is a fact. But he's had great moments in his career, but he needs to refocus now. Once you've climbed to the top of the mountain, you have to go down to the bottom and then look at the top again and say, I want to go back. That journey starts again right now against a very familiar opponent.
Yes, Kevin Doets faced him last year and very nearly knocked him out, took him to a deciding set. Michael Smith ended up winning by 3 sets to 2. And it's the Dutchman once again in his way. Kevin Doets got past Nolan van Leuven in the first round to earn this return match against the Bully Boy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
and John McDonald
joining us
is doing the introductions on the stage. Another thing to stress with Michael Smith is the amount of prize money that he's defending going into this tournament. Just for those that aren't aware, Nico, just kind of explain what that means and why deep progress in this tournament. It's important. Oh, wait a minute, you've got to stop here.
Time to meet.
Because, of course, Kevin Doets walks out to kiss and rock and roll all night. Soak it in, boys and girls. The rock and roll national anthem. Yes. He's got support out there from Gerwen de Graaf, who of course represents Sweden now, but is Dutch by way of birth. And Doets with possibly the best music walk-on in anybody of these championships.
You really enjoyed that, didn't you?
You can't beat a bit of Gene, Paul, Ace and Peter.
Well, Kevin Doets lives in Sweden, but still represents the Netherlands. So, up against someone who has climbed the mountain, and this is a very popular walk-on song as well. What are we about to get from Bully Boy as he tries to defend all of that prize money from 2 years ago? We will explain that in a second, but he's playing in black, in red, in white, with the V on the front of the shirt, the symbol of the Saints in rugby league. But tonight he has to be the person who can take out Kevin Doets, otherwise he will tumble.
So he's on his way to the stage, Bully Boy. Very shy man. Michael Smith, sort of a reluctant champion in some respects, that just a family man with his sons and his wife, just wants to make the most of his prodigious talent and not necessarily caught the limelight. Nice hope for Kevin Doets as he reaches the stage. So yes, the sheer amount of money that Michael Smith is defending, just explain what that means and what he's got to do.
So what happened 2 years ago is when he was winning the final against Michael van Gerwen, he yielded £500,000. In the order of merit, you get 1 point per pound you win. So that's 500,000 points. 2 years later, what you have to do is defend that ranking money. So now, with 500,000 points coming off, his ranking position is at risk. If he doesn't win the tournament, he is going to go down in the rankings. But the worst case scenario is that if he loses tonight, he will lose 485,000 points. That would result in him going down to 15th in the world, which would be his smallest ranking for a decade. It could be a very un-Merry Christmas for Michael Smith if Kevin Doets has got something to do with it. He's 26 years of age. Michael Smith is now 34. He's in his prime. And the question is, how does he use this prime over the next few seasons?
So what did you make of Kevin Doets' performance against Noah Lynn van Leuven in getting to this match tonight?
Good enough. The thing is, he had the experience of playing on the Alexandra Palace stage before playing Noah Lynn. Still think he's got some rhythm issues. Sometimes he throws the dart just a little bit quick, and he could be swept into a quick match tonight with Bully Boy because he's about as fast as they come. But he'll be happy that he's got that first win of this tournament.
134.
And he might not have as many nerves coming into this as Michael Smith has, because there's been a lot written about him coming into this tournament.
60.
Yeah, Doets can just get on with the job. He started with a couple of nice covers on treble 19. Pops in a steady ton. Smith with that very quick muscle memory throw. And he pops in a 140, so good darts from both players in these early exchanges.
What we've seen also, Dance, from the last couple of years since he was world champion, change of manufacturer, and he's someone who doesn't like to change his kit a great deal. I think, personally, it's taken Michael Smith about 9 months to break these darts in.
I remember him saying at the time, no big deal, when he changed his manufacturer. But it was a big deal.
It was, because he's only won one ranked tournament with them.
He wants double 16 to open his account, but he's just inside. And Doets can break the throw here, wanting just 50.
Just spinning the dart in his hand. He's got a single 18, looking for double 16. Hits a single 8. That's okay as long as he gets double 12.
38.
And that misses just underneath, giving Michael Smith a look at the double that gave him the World Championship, double 8.
Just outside, but 2 left, and he only needs the first of those 2. So the first leg goes with the darts. You're listening to coverage of the PDC World Darts Championship on talkSPORT 2 with Village Hotels. Dine out, stay, work out and play this festive season at one of 33 cracking UK locations.
Michael Smith's record in this tournament is fantastic. He's been to 3 finals.
99.
He has lost 2 of them. One to Michael van Gerwen, who he would subsequently beat a small matter of 4 years later. But in between those 2 finals, he would lose to Peter Wright by 7 sets to 5. When Peter Wright did something that year that Michael Smith is looking to do here. Remember when Peter won in 2020? He won £500,000. 2 years later, he won the tournament and won another £500,000 and protected the ranking. Doets is on tops for an 82 checkout.
62.
This is just underneath, but he will return.
We were talking about Michael Smith version 2.0 around that time when he was trying to get over the line of winning World Championship. Maybe it's version 3.0 that's required here going forward. Double 5 for Doets. Oh, he split it, only got 1 dart left.
No score.
So he decides to bust it, and Smith is back on 129, lurking in the long grass here. 110 left, treble 20 with Lee Bull, but it doesn't go.
89.
It's the bull anyway.
Doets back on double 10. Bust his score the previous turn to come back to this section. It was the right thing to do, but he splits 10s, now to 5s again. High with the first dart, and the third one is low. He's not hit a double from 8 attempts in the first couple of legs. Smith's on tops and hits it with the first one. He can't believe his luck that he's 2-0 up.
Third leg, it's Michael to throw first.
Holds his hand out apologetically to Doets. Not your fault that Kevin Doets can't hit a double, Michael. Can only do what you do, standing on the oche.
93.
I used to hate it when dart players did that to me. They'd apologise for beating me in a leg. It felt like someone was twisting the knife. It's not a good feeling. But Michael doesn't do it out of spite or with some sort of other vigour. He does it because he's a really lovely guy.
Yeah.
And he does have a soft side to him.
So he's 2 legs up, is Michael Smith.
60.
And looking to clean up this first set very quickly against the Dutchman Doets.
I think those missed darts at double already for Doets, I think they're going to cause a problem. I think if he gets off to a good start, Kevin will cause issues for the champ from 2 years ago. But if he doesn't get a double soon, he could be thwarted. But that'll help. That's his first. His second maximum, I do beg your pardon. He's left 138.
140.
140 from Smith leaves him on 58 for the set. 138's got to go, you sense. It's not going to either for Doets with 100 points left. He's left himself on tops.
Might be required 58.
But it may be too little too late. Smith wants 18 for tops. 18 hit. Tops not. He's got 10s and he's missed it, so there is a chance for Doets. Can he get his first double of the match with the 9th, 10th or 11th dart in his hand?
It'd be really interesting to see his reaction if he hits a double here. Tops it is. High by a centimetre. Dart 2, low by more than that. And misses 10s right on the wrong side of the wire. He cannot believe it. 11 darts at a double, and he might lose this set.
Because here's Smith for double 10 himself. And pins it with the second dart. Fairly rudimentary from Smith. He's not necessarily that happy. Averaging 90 to get that set done. But the story of that set is as much about Kevin Doets' inability to work the outer ring than anything else. 11 darts at double, all failed by Kevin Doets. And Michael Smith takes the first set of this race to 3 in round 2 of the World Darts Championship from Alexandra Palace on your home of darts on the radio. talkSPORT 2.
talkSPORT.
Thank you. Tomorrow from 12:30 in the afternoon here on talkSPORT 2. 3 more round 1 encounters. Stephen Burton of England against Alexander Merckx of the Netherlands. Wessel Nijman, a very talented Dutchman who both Paul Nicholson alongside me and Chris Mason are going to have their eye on at these championships. He takes on the South African Cameron Carolissen. Ian Diamond White will play Sandra Erik Sosing. And then in a round 2 encounter, Stephen Bunting plays the German Kai Gotthard. And then tomorrow night, Mickey Mansell, well known to Ali Pali audiences here, will take on Tomoyo Goto of Japan. This should be a good game. Florian Hempel of Germany against Jeffrey Dozwan of the Netherlands. William O'Connor against Dylan Slevin in an all-Irish affair. And then it's the Green Machine. Michael van Gerwen against James Hurrell, who we saw win his first round match against Jim Long a couple of days ago and looked pretty decent, but it's the former world champion he's up against. That's what we've got for you in store tomorrow here on talkSPORT 2.
And that's Friday night at the Darts, just before Christmas. This place is going to be off the hook. Of that there's no doubt. But you're right about Nijman. Second game of the afternoon session. Cameron Carolissen might need 4 darts to beat him tomorrow, because that is basically a mismatch based on form.
60.
I'll be amazed if Carolissen gets 2 sets.
Well, talking about off the hook, Kevin Doets let Michael Smith off the hook in that first set with 11 missed darts at double, not 1 hit.
140.
And he has the darts, Kevin Doets, in this second set to race to 3. He's just had a bounce out.
80.
Only 80 scored. His luck needs to change here, Kevin Doets.
Has Kevin Doets run across a black cat tonight? He's had darts falling out the board,
99.
can't hit a double with a hedgehog, and tonight it really isn't going his way. But his laser focus that he's got, looking at the board, right there for a maximum, his 3rd of the contest, based on the fact that Michael Smith's got none, his scoring has been more than good enough to win this match to this point, but you can't ignore the 11 missed darts at double.
In again to the red bit, 80 scored, 101 left, comes down and looks for treble 19, hits single 19, so 82 left for the Dutchman.
96. Kevin,
These two facing each other for the second year in a row at these championships. 25 leaves 17 for tops, and that will do nicely. A little rueful look to the camera away to his left. Also, almost a mournful countenance of Kevin Doets as he finally gets a double at his 12th attempt.
We've just had a really good look at the way that Kevin Doets' darts fly. The dart almost disappears into his hand as he brings it back towards his right jawline, and then it comes out and the point climbs to the sky, and it's constantly spinning as it goes towards the board and lands really upright. The only way I can describe it, it's like a really long skate up towards a triple axel by Canada's Elvis Stoiko. It's a thing of beauty.
Every dart travels different, every dart is thrown different.
100.
Some throws are pure and the dart flies through the air with grace, like Gary Anderson maybe. And sometimes you get the Taylor throw was a very bizarre,
86.
the way the dart floated and shimmied in the air.
Yeah, I think Justin Pipe had one of the strangest ones. He'd hit the treble 20 and cover the bullseye.
Michael Smith getting the song sung by those in the front section. He's down at 136 in his second leg. Doets way back, so a chance to level up at one apiece in this second set. Picks off treble 19 to leave himself on tops to make it one apiece in this second set. Remember, Smith got the first set. He's number 2 seed in these championships, and he's desperate to live up to that billing.
140.
He's on tops. When he's playing well, he hits it. He's just north of it with the first dart and the second. Third one, miraculously, is in between the 2 darts he's already thrown and the bed, so he's still on tops, and Doets is on 76. Small 20 for him. Big 16 leaves tops for Kevin.
56.
And that was a big chance for 2-0 in the second set, and Doets starts missing again.
So back in for tops, Smith. Again, the first dart just over the top of it, and the second. Deja vu! Deja vu! And he can't believe it, and we can't believe it in the commentary box.
How is that possible? That is unbelievable how he's missed it 6 times. Double 10 for Doets. Last dart, in, and there it is. Or should I say, Doets, there it is.
Third is Kevin to throw first.
That was a bit Gordon Ramsay from you then. Double 10, in. So,
Game on.
suddenly it's 2-0 to Doets when it looked for all the world like it was going to be one apiece in this second set. And Doets now throwing at the start of leg 3 for a chance
100.
to level things up in sets in very short order.
Well, if Kevin Doets is going to be a dish, he'd have to be some sort of fusion.
95.
A little bit of Swedish and a little bit of Dutch. So, what is it? Frikadellen with a side of Gravedlax?
91.
That was like a different language to me that you just spoke there. I don't know what that was.
Well, Michael Smith, if he was a food, he's from St Helens, so he'd be a pie.
Yeah,
180.
the Wigan pie.
A pie bomb.
Pie sandwich.
Well,
Pie cob.
226 for Smith after his first maximum of this encounter.
Yes. Been waiting 5 legs for it.
85.
So he's down to a finish of 141. Doets trying to come down from 250. Should get to a finish. Oh no, another bounce out. Another bounce out. Scoring just 80. He is on a finish. But 141 might go for Smith here. Treble 19 not hit.
Well, on this 141 checkout, it turns out we can speak. 170 for Doets, looking for the second one of the night. Small 20's not going to do him any favours, but the 19 switch is good. 4 of them leave him on 74. Smith, 2-0 down in this set, looking at double 4. Finds it without any trouble. Set 2 is still alive for him, but if he wants to win it and go 2 sets to 0 up, He needs to win the next 2 legs on talkSPORT 2.
At least he's broken back. That's what he'll think as he starts leg 4 with 98 scored. Doets with a curly mop of hair and a strawberry blonde beard.
Yeah,
Smaller man of the two.
Doets has changed his style over the last couple of years. Used to be classic Dutch style, go to the barbers, keep it short on the back and quiff it over with a bit of concrete style wax. And then he turned up to a tournament at the start of last season and it's as if he'd said, you know what, leave the top, just comb it forward.
133.
Remember the days when Michael Smith didn't have a beard?
That was a long time ago.
When he was first coming through in the
94.
PDC.
Michael, you require
Now Doets is down to 90 to break back and win the set, but the big fish for Michael Smith. Only one element got completed.
105.
So he's down to 65 for the leg.
90.
Now Kevin wants 90 for the set.
This is what I call cardboard box. Because he needs double 15 after the treble 20 set, and he's got it beautifully done. Because if you go down in order, it is big fish 170, little fish 130, cardboard box for 90. But he didn't even need the bullseye. And Doets, yes, there it is, because he's won the second set by 3 legs to 1. And the champion from 2 years ago might be in a spot of honor because Doets is starting to hit doubles. Now, as we go towards the final break, it's 1-1 between Michael Smith and Kevin Doets on talkSPORT 2.
Instead, at Tottenham Hotspur, they've gone through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, and they're loving angels instead here at Alexandra Palace as Robbie Williams' anthem gets belted out good and proper here by the 3,000 darts fans still here enjoying the atmosphere. And as soon as I say that, our effects get switched off for a moment. I don't know why, because our producer isn't sat here. Never mind, we'll get those back. We are side stage here at Alexandra Palace. One set apiece between Kevin Doets and Michael Smith. The bully boy took the first set, but then back came Doets, and back come our sound effects into our commentary position. Well, I don't know what happened. I didn't move. Did you move? I didn't move, Nico.
I'm not moving from now on, I can tell you that. Everybody's moving in here from left to right singing this song. I think they're about to sit down though, because this game is tied at 1 set all. We might have 3 more sets to play before the end of the evening. Someone is going to sleep very soundly tonight, someone isn't. That's the way it works as a dart player if you're playing the last game of the session, because when you finish late, the adrenaline rush of winning, it does allow you to come down quite quickly, because you get so tired all of a sudden when it comes down. But the person who loses here, they're going to hit their head on the pillow and they're going to be thinking about the things that they didn't do right.
Chris Mason will be sleeping soundly tonight. He's probably already back at the hotel not far from here and got straight up the wooden hill to Bedfordshire, because it was a late finish for you guys last night.
Oh, we don't mind that. We'd stay up until 4 o'clock in the morning to listen to Nathan Aspinall play it. He is just a thrill a minute.
We're just looking on footage of on our monitors of the Usyk Fury stare out, and I don't think I saw Usyk blink once. That fight Saturday night in Riyadh, Jim White's on his way out there to host our coverage. Apparently they stared at each other for 11 minutes and didn't move.
In some cultures they're officially married after that.
Yeah. Barry Davies could have commentated on it like on Big Train if neither of them blinked. Anyway, 7:30 Saturday night after the game day phone-in, the undercard and the main event from Riyadh, with our top team out there in Saudi Arabia for the rematch, Usyk Fury 2. So 1 set apiece here between Michael Smith, the former world champion, and his Dutch opponent Kevin Doets. And in this set it's begun fairly competitively, fairly even Steven. Smith about 30 points ahead after 6 darts.
Well, what a strange thing that's happened between set 1 and set 2 for Kevin Doets. None from 11 on the doubles in set 1, 3 from 6 in set 2. And it just goes to show that Michael Smith does not have a stranglehold on this game, because he could easily be looking at a 2-set deficit. His average has not changed much since the end of set 1, and it doesn't feel like he's able to find that next gear. If he doesn't, he's going to find himself very susceptible to losing this match and having the biggest rankings drop in the history of the PDC.
40.
Another bounce out for Kevin Doets, who must be wondering what the dickens is happening. Meanwhile, Smith wants double 18 for a 156, but it just slips underneath the wire.
He'll have an option when he comes back on 18 points. He doesn't have to go for double 9, but Doets is going to be way back still.
40.
All he can do is score 40 points to lead 228. Smith splits, 2 for double 8. No problem whatsoever. And he doesn't seem to have an issue with double 8 anymore. He used to be all about tops, 10s and 12s, but he has cultivated this ability to find double 16 and double 8 with a little bit more regularity as well.
140.
But in this contest, it's all about getting to that double quicker than Kevin. If he can, I believe he will win this game.
100.
But if he offers enough chances to Doets, he is going to be fragile.
Starting the season all right, Kevin Doets.
58.
Made the quarter-final of the Dutch Masters on the Euro Tour, got to the last 32 of the UK Open.
140.
But his form has slipped a little as the year has gone on.
Well, strangely, Dance, when we were covering for the PDC the last couple of Players' Championship events in Milton Keynes, Kevin was in a spot for the World Match Play, but was subsequently overtaken on that last doubleheader by James Wade. They were going toe-to-toe, winning games, and then all of a sudden Kevin lost the match. James went on a run. Kevin didn't make the match play, and his form suffered for the next few months. I just think he got quite hurt by that. He's on 198 here, 10 points ahead of Smith, who's at the hockey now. Small 20, and now on the cover. Troubleless. All he can do is leave 150.
Doets from 198. It's his throw in this second leg. Lovely couple of treble 19s picked off at the bottom of the board to get down to 64. But Smith Could take out 150, not this time though. 95 scored.
64.
So, looking at 8s and 16s here, Kevin Doets. Another bounce out. He can't believe it. I can't believe it. Is that 4 or 5 times?
I think that's more. Darts on the floor don't count. So now with 64, he's got to go 14 ball. He's got the treble though, double 11. Misses it just right. He cannot believe that he's had so many on the floor. But his darts do go in very, very, very upright sometimes. Double top for Smith on a 55 checkout effort, and he takes it easily. What a gift that is for 2-0 in the third.
Wow. Wow, that's cruel. Cruel on any dart player. So, Smith has a 2 legs to love lead.
60.
It's his honour in this third set.
Do you know what, Dance? There are going to be dart players in this tournament who might have happened to them what's happening to Doetsy right now. But the thing is, it's only happening to Kevin. It's not happening to Michael Smith.
100.
So it has to be something to do with how he is delivering the dart. If it was happening to both players, I'd say, right, okay, there must be something up. But it's only happening to Kevin. So what is he doing that Michael Smith isn't? It's about the angle of entry. And there's nothing wrong with that angle for Smithy. Second max leaves him on 161.
But Kevin's had a couple of 140s.
100.
Followed by a 100.
161.
Carabao Cup semi-final draw. Arsenal versus Newcastle
137. Kevin, you require 121.
in the first semi-final, as Doets wants 121. 11 for bullseye on the 25 on the outside.
Marker, you required 24.
And that means the other semi-final will be Tottenham against Liverpool. Double 6 for Smith.
Game shot.
Pins that and takes the set, the third set. 2 sets to 1 up. No more comfort breaks. We've played to a finish from this point. Averaged 92 in that third set. 10 points ahead of his opponent.
140.
Yeah, I'm not too happy with that draw, Dance. Really wanted to be at home in the first game, but all the way to London again. You know how Newcastle love a trip to London.
80.
Bounce out for Michael Smith. It's catching.
Well, that one was off his flight. That was a collision. So he can accept that. It hits the flight first, and that dart that he hit was very flat. So there's always a likelihood of that when the dart is sitting that way.
100.
Gets a ton there on the recovery. He's on 3-2-1. 60 points behind Doetsy before this. Might be a max. So 140, it's good enough.
He's hanging in there, Kevin Doets. He has the honour in set 4. Smith just shaking his head ruefully as he's mid-throw.
121.
Not happy. 1-2-1 for Doets. Hit 16. 105 left. Single 19 and single 18 to finish.
Averages are almost identical right now. There's not a great deal between them. The major difference is how many darts are double.
100.
Kevin Doets has not hit.
68.
But he has got 68 here for the first leg of the fourth. 60 hit and a double 4. Cleanest finish he's had all night long. He's not showing a great deal of emotion, and I think that's a really good thing from Kevin, because he could have easily boiled over with the amount of darts he's missed at double, darts on the floor, but he can sense that Smith is not playing his A+ grade stuff here. He can sense that he can beat him, and he is in front in set 4.
Well, his average for this match is a shade above his yearly average of 90.2. He's currently averaging 91 for the match. In fact, this set he's averaging 106 in these early stages. Pops in a 135 just to highlight that.
Do you want to hear something quite amusing about Michael Smith's wedding?
Always.
60.
His best man was his best mate in darts at the time, someone called Eddie Doetson. And he's playing Kevin Doets.
You are a mine of information, Paul Nicholson.
Eddie was a really good player. Very, very good player.
It's not a name I know, I must say. 1-3-2 for Doets. He went bull, double 16, then he went back to bull via treble 19 and only just missed.
Smith on 146. Went for the 20, he's got a small one. He's using the bull as a cover. and then goes to the treble 19 to leave 44. But it's 25 for Doets for 2-0, and all of a sudden he's hitting doubles with ease. It's 2-0 in the fourth set. We're almost at the point where 4 sets have been completed, and just to tell you how quick this game is, we're not even at 20 minutes of game time. This is ridiculously fast.
And Doets seems to have sped up. Smith is already quick, but I think Doets' rate of throw from dart 1 to 3 is quickened appreciably.
It's exactly what I said at the start of the match. Sometimes Doets plays the player. He doesn't mind having the same sort of rhythm as his opponent. He can play different ways. He can play methodical or he can play swift, and right now he's more comfortable playing in Michael's rhythm. It's winning him the set.
2 legs to 0 up in set 4, Kevin Doets. Smith trying to catch up with him. Lovely cover on treble 18 for 1-3-4. Called, you heard it from Charlie Corstefin, our referee. Comes downstairs, Doets. That second dart in treble 20 looked precarious.
Yeah, he did the right thing there. He's going to have 102 to win the set by 3 legs to 0. This one is so close. All Smith can do is leave 1-2-8. Doets, treble 5. Should look at treble 17 now. Doesn't get it. So Smith has a chance to save the set. If he doesn't hit this 1-2-8, he's probably going to lose it.
Treble 18 he went for 110, 60 would leave Bull, but can't find the treble. So, to bring us level at 2 sets apiece in this race to 3, Doets wants double 8 on the wire. Too far inside, across the double 4, and he's missed it. Chance for Smith.
And what does he do on 65? He gets the 25 for tops. Can he find it with his last dart? He goes high, then low on tops. So Doets is back for double 4 for set 4. And it's right in the bottom corner. We're going all the way. One of 2 things is about to happen. Michael Smith will win a close one against Doets again for the 2nd consecutive World Championship on talkSPORT 2. Or Kevin Doets will put out the number 2 seed and Michael Smith's ranking will crumble. And that is Kevin Doets getting another maximum, his 4th of the contest. Can we say at this point, Dance, that Michael Smith is in peril?
I think he knows it. What an indication at the start of this set. Doets, 6 perfect darts at the start of the deciding set. The 9 darters on.
Does anybody want £60,000? Smith can't do anything about it. 1-4-1 for Doetsy. Well, apparently it's too much to ask for to have 2 days with consecutive 9 dart legs. But Smith's on 144 to steal the first leg of the last set.
That won't go, though. Good 54 cover on treble 18. 92 scored. Doets wants a steady ton. Double top. Yes! First ton plus checkout of the match goes to Kevin Doets. And he's 1-0 up in the deciding set. He leads Michael Smith.
That break of throw is monstrous. Now, if Bully Boy does not break Kevin back, he will be out before Christmas, and we'll watch somebody else lift the Sid Waddell trophy. Michael has only won 1 ranked tournament this season. He's made the final of the World Series of Darts finals. He lost to Littler. It wasn't close. But this would be his version of a nightmare, losing in the first round of his tournament, because of course it is the 2nd round being a seed.
And it would blow the bottom half of the draw wide open to lose the number 2 seed this early. Remember, Doets lost 3-2 to Smith last year at these championships. Revenge is a dish best served cold as it is out there in Muswell Hill tonight.
Well, at the end of this leg, we'll stipulate who's in this section of the draw for you. But Doets is not slowing down. He's on 96 after 12 here. Michael Smith on 250 needs something monstrous. He gets a 140, that's very good, but he's lagging. Doets on 96 to be within 1 leg of the match.
76 left. He's hit small 20, just pauses for a moment. comes downstairs and looks at treble 16 for double 14, and he's only just inside.
I think that was the right play. He just didn't complete the final dart. Smith needs this 110 so much. Double 16! Just on the wrong side of the wire, and double 7 next door to double 16 is now Doets' target. First dart drastically low. Might be a good thing, that, because it was open. And now he's 2-0 up in the last set. Michael Smith, to stay in the World Championship, needs 3 consecutive legs, or he's going to be gone.
100.
Steady ton for Smith, so talk us through that quarter of the draw, Nico.
Yeah, winner of this one goes through to play either Krzysztof Ratajski, the 31st seed. He will play the winner of Veenstra and Alexis Toilo, which will be again tomorrow. You've got Chris Dobie, Josh Rock, and then you've got other qualifiers as well, like Alexander Mertz and Stephen Burton. My word, Chris Dobie will definitely want this to be blown open. If Michael Smith loses this match, he will be the favourite for this section. In the bottom half, you've got the likes of Price, Gurney, Clayton, and Russell Nyman.
Another bounce out for Doets, and he very nearly lost his third dart that was in treble 20.
But the interesting thing, Dance, he wasn't angry.
No.
He's not getting angry. He wants the job done. He's trying to stay level-headed.
219 Smith, 361 Doets, less this visit. Steady 140 from the Dutchman. 2 points in it. Smith needs to hold, otherwise he's going out. 1, 2, 3 left for the bully boy. Doets, silence inside the hall. Treble 18 picked off by Doets. 5 points in it now.
66 left with 2. Double 9 for Michael Smith. That is genius. Absolute genius from a magnificent dart player from St Helens. 1, 2, 3 out with treble 19, treble 16 and double 9. And if he didn't hit that, he could have been out. Still needs 2 more legs though. Can Doets finish the job? Oh boy, a 180 to start leg 4. And I'm not going to quote, in fact I am going to quote Catherine O'Hara, Kevin!
100.
Only a ton for the bully boy. Doets' chance of further 180s is gone, but a steady ton takes him down to 221 after 6. Michael Smith staring down the barrel here. The number 2 seed, the former world champion of only 2 years ago.
60.
Doets down to a finish of 161 for the match. Smith 100 points behind. Dead level. 161 each.
But Doets has got the first try. He's not going to get it small 20 on the switch. He goes to the 19s. And then a sensible bullseye at the end to get to the 2 dart territory. Can Smith do it again? This time at a 161. No, he can't. He's got to get under 100. He can. 77 leaves 84, but Doets has got 72 to put out the number 2 seed.
Comes downstairs for 16s, hits a single 16. Another one leaves tops. He's over the top. Match start missed. Michael Smith wants 84 to level it.
To take us all the way to a last leg decider. Needs 14 in the bullseye, or that for double 11. Oh my words! He doesn't want to go without a fight. Bully boy by name, fighter by nature.
2 sets all and 2 legs all in the deciding set. A reminder that the match must now be won by 2 clear legs. Should we reach 5 legs all, the 11th leg will be sudden death.
Ah, it's round 2. We've got a tiebreaker.
Indeed so, as Charlie Corsafine has very helpfully pointed out. So, 2-2 in sets, 2-2 in legs. Smith has the dart still, but a poor 45 visit opens the door for Doets.
140.
He had a match dart there on double top, did the Dutchman.
You can be 40 points away from winning. Now all of a sudden Kevin is 1,002 points away. Darts is cruel, but it's never easy. And look at him. Right now, he looks like a Terminator, does Kevin. He looks angry that he's not finished the match off. He's remained focused, but here we go. We're having a real tornado of a dust-up now.
Doets averaging 106 in this set, 181 left. Trying to get down to a finish.
100.
He'll be down at 81 and he'll be back to finish it.
How are we playing leg 5 of the last set? We've only had 28 minutes of game time.
134.
Well, the speed of the darts you're going to hit in the board is the reason why. Double 12, Doets bends the wire, but hits it with the third, breaks the throw. He's one leg away again.
Got to keep fighting, Michael. You've just been broken. That brilliant fighting spirit from Bully Boy Smith. And all of a sudden he's got to do it all over again. These situations, Dance, these are what really make you as a dart player. 367 Doets after 3.
93.
Only 93 for Smith to leave 408. He's going to have to chase Kevin down.
He hit 2 treble 19s in the last visit. No treble on that visit. Smith scrapping, fighting to stay
94.
in these championships, the number 2 seed. Picks off another treble 18. It's been a friend to him tonight, that treble. Doets staying on the 19s from 309, then back up to treble 20 twice.
139.
He's going to get a look at 170 to win the match. Nick Kenny did it against Stowe Bunce tonight in the last leg of their contest. Kevin has got 6 darts from this position because Smith is on 174. It's a treble-less visit from Doets to leave 112. Michael Smith needs a big one to leave something small.
He's on the way there, 80 points.
98.
On 98 will take him down to 76 for the match. He's back in again. Kevin Doets, treble 20. No, it's missed. 92. Treble 20 will leave double 16. Hits a single again.
60.
In fact, just 60 left. Can Smith manage another 2-dart kill?
76 needed to save himself. Treble 20 and double 8 with the last dart. He's done it again. It's incredible from Bully Boy. This guy refuses to submit. And Kevin Doets, right now, he's trying to hoover up this game. But Michael Smith is the hairpin in the carpet that keeps saying, I'm not going anywhere.
And then he pops in a 177 to start leg 7. And Kevin Doets looked like he was sucking a lemon as Smith wheeled away, taking the darts out of the board after picking out double 8. Another treble 20, but the perfect leg is gone. 140 will have to do. Suddenly Smith has found
the tournament. Forget about that. This one is now.
both players averaging over 100 in this set. That's gone into a 7th leg. 94 left for Smith. Doets coming down from 268. Looking at the 18s, picks off 6 of those to leave himself on 140.
I honestly can't remember the last time Michael Smith led in this match. He's got 2 double 19s. Oh my God, that is incredible. Where is he finding this from? Maybe he's getting this from the bottom of his shoes, which are a 4-figure pound pair of shoes. He's got diamonds in his hands, because right now he seems like he's coming up with brilliance exactly when he needs it.
2 double 19s to seal the 7th leg. And now it's Doets who's got to hold.
100.
308 Doets, 443 Smith. That first dart clatters into the angle at the bottom of the
59.
single 20 bed. Just 59, no trouble yet in this leg for Smith. So Doets has a chance to race away. Yet another bounce out from treble 20. Only 80 scored.
He's still not flickering though. He's trying to make sure that it doesn't affect his mental state. This might though. That 180 from Smith is only his 4th. But boy, are they valuable now. He's left 204. Doets to himself. He goes to the treble 18 and gets a 174. That was brilliant till he 54.
Smith coming down from 204. 140 will pressurise the Doets throw. 54 to level 14. Double top. Pins it. 4 each. On we go on talkSPORT 2. The former world champion. He led, but now he's been pegged back. And starts leg 9 with a 140.
Say what you like about Kevin Doets, but this guy might be part Terminator. even with darts on the floor, he still found a 54 combination shot in 2 darts to save himself, to give himself a chance of being in the post-Christmas action. Michael Smith with 2 140s to start leg 9 of the last set. Doets is now the chaser, and he's doing a pretty good job with that 1-3-4.
2-2-1 plays 270. Smith once again in the red bit at the start of this visit, and another 143 in a row from Bully Boy to leave him on 81 after 9 darts. Doets not done yet. Maximum from him. Down to 90. Smith 81. Treble 19 for double 12. He's inside double 12. Double 6 misses it. Doors open for Doets to break the throw.
And he's already got a 90 checkout in this match. Can he get another one to break? Bully Boy again needs another single 20 for the Bull. It's bullseye. Biggest start of the match. And it's there! Oh my word! What an eruption of emotion from Kevin Doets. And now he needs one more leg to win this final set tiebreaker.
Huge start from Kevin Doets of the Netherlands. And now he starts leg 10 with 2 treble 20s. Sorry, made that 3. Maximum number 9 for Kevin Doets.
Forget Doets, there it is. Doets is just mega. How is he doing this? 321 after 3, he's not going to get a 9 dart. That was too much to ask for, but the ton to back up the maximum puts Michael Smith firmly on the ropes.
Yet again, but he's bounced off the ropes twice in this deciding set. He's only 5 points down, but Doets in the red bit from 2-2-1 with a 140. He's on 81 like Smith was in the last leg.
What does Smith do from 226? He's got to get to a finish here. He's got to switch after 2 singles. All he can do is leave 167. Doets for the win, and 6-4 in the last set.
81 for Doets. 19 scored. Oh, he's hit single 5. He was looking for 12.
41.
That might be a blessing, unless Michael Smith takes out 167 to go 5-5. 60 hit, 57 not hit. So it's 3 darts at tops for Doets potentially to win the last set in 10 legs. Match darts.
He's down into double 10. Inside double 10, double 5 for the nets. Kevin Doets knocks out the former world champion. The number 2 seed is gone, beaten by the man that he edged out this time last year by 3 sets to 2. But the tables are turned, and Kevin Doets of the Netherlands gets the same scoreline against the Bully Boy and goes through to round 3 after the most thrilling of encounters to round off the night at Ali Pali. Paul Nicholson.
Less than 35 minutes of game time for 5 sets that included a 10-leg last set. And if we may say so, Michael Smith, who is leaving the stage right now, deserves one shed load of credit because he was on the back foot a lot of that match. He was leading in the final set, but he was wound up by the brilliance and the focus of Doets. But that last set on its own is a standalone match. 6-4 Doets. 105.68 for Doets in that final set. 106.2 for Smith. A set that he lost, but we can't ignore it anymore. It's been looming over him for a year. The rankings drop is the biggest ever. 485,000 points are gone, and Michael Smith is now hanging on to his spot in the top 16 in the world. Kevin Doets will be back after Christmas.
He's just on stage now, just taking it in as he does his first interview for television. And you said before the game he showed enough against Noah-Lynn van Leuven in round 1 that he could step up his game to another level. And again, what you said before the outset proved to be absolutely true. Whilst he started throwing in a methodical manner, he started mimicking almost the Michael Smith speed of throw from dart 1 to 3. And my word, how it worked out for him, even with all the darts that ended up on the floor from bounce outs and collisions.
I think that might even be the most impressive thing about this performance, Dance, because you think about some other darting performers, when they're having that much bad fortune of darts on the carpet, they'd be saying, why is this happening to me? Why now? They're thinking
well, he
too
was
much
at
about
times,
that.
wasn't he? He was at least initially.
He did at the start, but then he realised, hang on a minute, I'm still in this game. If I can just remain focused and forget about any sort of negative balance in this match, I can still win. And he remained focused in that last set and won it by 6 legs to 4. It went from a 90 average game in the first set to a 97 average game at the end. It was thrilling.
And yet Smith had some clutch finishes in there when his back was right against the wall that made you think, no, he's going to prevail here.
Yeah, I agree. A 76 in there in the final set. The 1-2-3 to save his skin. That was unbelievable with treble 19, treble 16 and double 9. You know what I was saying about the winner being able to sleep? Scratch that. Doets is not going to sleep for the next couple of days after that one.
Well, many congratulations to Kevin Doets for finding a way through that extraordinary encounter. So it may well be Krzysztof Ratajski, the Polish Eagle, that he would meet in the third round when we move up to the best of 7 sets. But again, that just goes to demonstrate how that quarter of the World Championship draw has just been blown wide open with the exit of the number 2 seed and former world champion.
Yeah, other seeds in this section. You've got Daryl Gurney, you've got Gezi Price, who's already through the post-Christmas darts after beating Keane Barry. Joe Cullen's in there at the 23rd seed. Nobody expects anything from Joe. But can you imagine if Joe was to win this quarter? My word, that'd be emotional. Johnny Clayton, he's somebody's pick to make it through to the semi-finals. You've got Josh Rock, Chris Dobie. There are some other qualifiers who can cause trouble as well, like Wessel Nyman, even Florian Hempel, the first person in the history of the World Darts Championship to get 2 consecutive 10 darters last year against Dimitri Vandenberg. And don't forget about Alexis Toilo. He's the best player in the Asian Tour. And he's got Richard Veenstra. He is trouble. That's why we call him Hubble, Bubble, Toilo and Trouble.
Bit of Macbeth to round off the night. So victories for Nick Kenny over Stowe Bunce, Matt Campbell, the Canadian, beating the gentle Mentor Suljevic. Scott Williams will meet his practice partner Rob Cross in the next round after seeing off the German talent of Nico Springer. And just now, Kevin Doets reversing the scoreline that Michael Smith handed out to him in last year's championship, winning 3-2. You'll hear from Kevin Doets during the course of the night here across the talkSPORT network. I'll have a chat with him in a moment. Stephen Burton, Alexander Merckx, Wessel Nyman, Cameron Carolison, Ian White, Sandro Eric Sossing and Stephen Bunting against Kai Gotthard will be our afternoon session. Tomorrow we'll be on air from 12:30. There's the evening session as well with Mickey Mansell, Florian Hempel and the Green Machine, Michael van Gerwen, all in action. Final words from you, Paul Nicholson, on what we've seen tonight?
I need a lie down dance. That's about it. I wasn't sure we're going to get that kind of game from those 2 fabulous darters, but I think Kevin's going to remember that double 5 for a while.
What a way to win it. Breaking the throw and then getting the job done in the 10th leg, avoiding a sudden death leg playoff. Congratulations to Kevin Doets, who's knocked out the number 2 seed at these World Championships. The shock of the tournament so far, without question. Well, we're back tomorrow from 12:30 in the afternoon with our next double session of live darts on the radio. But up next on talkSPORT 2, it's On Track with John.